Hi, thank you for tuning into this episode of The Joke Clinic. Sadly, we'd like to make a formal apology, wouldn't we?
Absolutely we do, yes.
The video quality of the episode you're about to watch isn't up to our usual standards. It's a little bit blurry, and then the sunlight is sort of coming through the windows, and you need to get that.
Sorry. Alright.
Is it anything important?
No, it's not, no. Let me just put this on all the settings, I call those.
Okay. So the video quality is a bit blurry, and the sunlight's coming through and bleaching our faces a little bit. So sincere apologies about that.
Yeah,
hopefully you can still enjoy it.
I'm sure they will be able to. I mean, in a way, of course, that's stand-up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
You see what I mean? I mean, you've got your material, you go out and deliver it. Sometimes it is a little bit blurry.
Not quite as sharp as it usually would be.
Exactly.
Yes. No, I see what you're saying. Yes, absolutely. So
the setup might be a bit bleached out. Sometimes that happens.
So in some ways, this is kind of maybe a lesson. Could be a learning point for you. Did we do that? Was that on purpose? Did we do that on purpose?
Instructional.
Yes. Okay. So watch the episode and enjoy. And as you're sort of thinking, this is blurrier than usual, instead of blaming us, think about your own stand-up and how you could maybe doing it a bit better.
There's a lot of subtext in the work we do. A lot of layers, and you'll find those useful, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, enjoy this episode of the Joke Clinic. Was that sincere enough? I miss those songs you used to sing in the shower.
I need to be thinking outside of that box.
I've never seen a healthy-looking athlete.
How have things been going for you in comedy?
Yeah, not bad. Gets better every year.
Good.
A little bit more paid stuff here and there.
Good.
So that was a struggle. You want one of these, John?
Yes, please.
But, could be a lot better. Could be a lot worse. Just plodding along, man.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Can always be worse, can't it?
Yeah.
Lila, your tail is
No, can you keep it down a bit, Lila, please?
Interesting fact about me, I've never seen a healthy looking fruit and veg man.
What do you think, Charlie?
Never seen a healthy looking fruit and veg man. Well, you're talking about their physical health, aren't you?
Yeah.
But nowadays there's a lot of awareness about mental health, which I think you're discarding here, because you don't know what's...
That's true.
They might have exquisite mental health. Think about it. If they're out in the community,
That's true.
Yeah.
doing quite wholesome work, they're outside. They've probably got really good mental health.
Yeah.
And you're sort of leaving that behind. You're being quite judgmental, I think, with this one.
I mean, what if they're blind as well? Or have hearing loss, which is quite common. I mean, I don't know how old they are, but that can happen. Then you're running roughshod over that as well. If they've got a visual impairment, for instance, and he's saying they're not healthy looking, well, they're not going to know that, are they? Because they're not going to be able to use a mirror, and therefore they're not going to be able to check in, and so it's punching down effectively, isn't it?
I'm with you.
I think it's funny though. I think you could extend it as well, because you've gone with the fruit and veg man. What about I've never seen a healthy looking athlete? Or something like that, because that's a bit more.
Never seen a healthy looking athlete.
Yeah, or a cat. I've never seen a healthy looking cat. You're just extending your range, is what you're doing. You're taking, because you've got this very nice premise, and you're broadening it out. So now you've got an athlete, you've got a cat, and there's probably other.
You think, say both. I've never seen a healthy looking athlete or a cat. Or a cat? Just I've never seen a cat. I've
Never seen a cat.
Again, people will be very surprised
They
by
will
that.
be surprised because a lot of your audience members will have, and so they'll be, wow, this guy's special.
This guy's seen nothing.
Mm.
And that's who they want to hear from you then. What else hasn't this guy seen?
Mm. What else haven't you seen actually? Pete, which is it?
Paul.
Never been to America, so I've never seen like the Grand Canyon
Okay.
or any other parts of America.
No, well, you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
If you'd not been.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Grand Canyon like in a? You could probably see that on YouTube.
Yeah. But are we just asking about things that I've not
I
seen
was
in real
sorry, I
life?
was
Or
a bit. No, I just thought if you want to see the Grand Canyon, you could go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's neither here nor there, is it? I was talking about the with my material, trying to make it more sort of appropriate for younger audiences and things.
Yeah.
Well, can I just run through a few things and you just say whether you think they're sort of like cool and relatable or a little bit old-fashioned?
Absolutely, yeah, I can do that.
So what, like lemons?
Cool, relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fixings like nuts and bolts and things like that.
Old-fashioned.
Right, fair enough. Toast.
Oh, that's a difficult one actually. That's right on the line. That is.
Right, I'll go query that one. Grass, like just ordinary, like turf, like you get on a lawn. Is that relatable?
No, that's old-fashioned. A lot of people have fake grass nowadays, like plastic grass. So
Banging tunes.
Quite old-fashioned, I think.
Spherical things like globes and oranges.
Relatable.
Good, I'm glad about that because I've got a really good joke about them. Disinfectant.
Old-fashioned. Well, people are sort of rallying against that kind of thing now, aren't they? If we keep killing all of the big bacteria, we'll create a super bacteria. So I think people are it's quite woke now to not use disinfectant. So I'd say that's more of an old-fashioned thing.
All right, well, I've got some more, but I might leave it there. We could probably do them another time. Just your usual. Milk, no sugar.
I'll go for a sugar again, please. One sugar.
Just the one. All right. Just one sugar. It reminds me of the old song.
Does it?
Just one sugar. Just one little sugar. Yeah, remember that one?
No, I don't actually.
You ask your mum. She'll remember that.
Yeah, will she?
Just one sugar. By Ronnie and the Sugars.
Ronnie and the Sugars.
Ronnie Lump. Ronnie Lump and the Sugars. Was it one or two sugars?
I'll go for one, please.
Just like Ronnie then.
Ronnie the one lump sugar.
He recorded his own version of Candle in the Wind, actually, Ronnie.
Did he?
That's something you're more likely to remember.
How did that one go? Was it still Candle in the Wind, or did he change the lyrics at all?
No, it was exactly the same lyrics, but with sugar in it.
So he did change. Was it Sugar in the Wind or
A Candle in the Sugar?
A Candle in the Sugar?
Right, the tea is ready.
Fantastic.
I'm not a successful man.
Actually, should we do a listener letter?
That's a perfect moment.
Time for a listener letter. Dear Walter, this one's just for you.
Okay.
Dear Walter, were you living in Newmarket in 1995? My neighbour back then looked identical to you, but his name wasn't Walter, it was Stephen. Have you changed your name? I wish you hadn't moved away. I missed those songs you used to sing in the shower and the way your hair would fall across your forehead when it was wet. Anyway, love the joke clinic. You should grow your hair out again. Thanks, Rita. Do you remember Rita?
Oh, crikey. I'm not going to pretend I don't remember Rita.
No, you do.
No, I don't.
But you're also not going to pretend that you don't.
Well, no, I don't need to pretend I don't because I don't.
Right. So you didn't live in Newmarket in 1995?
No, however, and this is where Rita might have... I do live quite near Old Market.
Yes.
So that's easy enough.
It's in Bristol, isn't it? Well, maybe she's got confused. Okay.
And also, to a further corroboration, I did have a lot of showers in the 90s.
Right, okay.
It's a very 90s thing, wasn't it, the shower?
It was. Well, a couple of the sort of puzzle pieces are adding up. A couple of them are missing still, but I think that is probably on Rita's head, be it, I think. Okay, all right, well, shall we respond to Rita? To answer your question, no. Walter wasn't living in Newmarket in 1995, so you might have got mixed up.
And then when you put lots of love, Walter, and a kiss at the end.
Oh, well, do you think that might be...
Well, I don't want to upset her.
No, but you also don't want to sort of string her along. She seems quite keen on you. She seems quite taken with... Well, she seems taken with whoever she thinks you are.
This last one, I was hoping maybe, because you're the clinic, innit? You're the joke clinic.
We are.
I've got an idea. I don't even know if it's an idea. It might just be a concept.
So we've got one that's not fully formed.
Good.
This is exciting. We get to...
Yeah.
Sizzling.
Let's get the juices flowing. This is when we're at our best, isn't it, really?
Yes, absolutely. We're workshopping.
Yeah.
That's a word I love.
Quick. We're like electricity. Okay,
So
let's go. I'm ready.
I was doing a gig in Bath, and they've got.
It's probably not relevant. Keep going.
Well, just so you know, the bell tower was going off during my set.
Oh, it is relevant. Sorry.
And it went off for a very, very long time. And I was thinking...
They do. Sometimes they do, especially if it's sort of midnight, then they've got to get 12 strokes out, haven't they? So it's not a stroke if it's a bell. There's a bell, it's a chime, is it?
Is there a chime?
12 12
Toll, for whom the bell tolls.
12 tolls.
12 tolls. Like
12
a toll
tolls for
bridge.
midnight.
Okay, yeah,
So there you go. There's your first bit.
Anyway, bells were going off, and I
Tolling.
started riffing on it a bit. Like, imagine being around when that bell tower was being made. It would have been hundreds of years ago, yeah? And your life was probably...
We'd have to check that.
Well, it was like the 15s, or I don't know, maybe even the 1400s.
Doesn't sound right, but keep going.
You'd need a date.
Okay, well...
If you're gonna throw numbers out there, you need to be correct with it.
Oh yeah, okay. But it was a long time ago.
Oh.
And life wasn't kind a long time ago, was it? You
I
know?
suppose that depends who you ask, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things here that you need to nail down if you're going to make a bit out of this.
Yeah.
Sounds quite political, though, because for the poor, probably quite hard. For the wealthier folk, like your royalty, dukes, coronets,
Yep.
lords, baronets and baronesses, easy time. Very nice time.
Viscounts.
Viscounts also having a lovely time, a lot of them apparently, yeah. They would have had the lake and the carriage drive, and you get your house with all the pillars on it. You get servants, probably pheasants.
Excuse me.
So Paul, give us. We often ask the client to give us a little bit to camera, just giving what you feel you've got from this. Not everything that you've got from this, obviously, because then we'd be here for hours. But just the one or two little, just your sense of how useful and transformative this has been for you, maybe.
I thought I was already thinking outside the box, but now I've realised I need to be thinking outside of that box.
That's very good.
That's very good.
Wait, so there's another box. You were thinking outside of the box, but after you'd done that, you realised that you were in another box.
I was trying to be, the box is unoriginal. So I'm trying to think outside of it. And after spending a couple of minutes with you guys, I've realised that
There's another
even
box.
that was unoriginal. So I've got to broaden it more,
But what if you think outside of that second box and you find yourself in another box?
You also need to think about the audience, because a lot of audiences are thinking inside the box. That's why they're there, because they're not very, they usually got dull people. If you're too far outside the first or even the second box, you'll have lost them.
Mm.
They'll still be in the box.
So what you really want is you want a way to think outside of the box, but once you're out there, you want some sort of hole in the side of the box that you can still communicate to them through and sort of say, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still talking to you, but you are in that box and I'm out here, and that makes me better than you.
Better, that's the word, yeah.
The crucial bit is that you need to be able to say that to them.
Almost like confession box or a glory hole.
I don't know what that is.
What's a glory hole?
It's like a hole in a cubicle that men would stick their cocks in.
Oh.
And wait for them to be
Okay.
sucked off.
So that could be a sex joke, probably.
That is certainly thinking outside the box, isn't it? Someone's done some outside the box thinking with that invention.
Yes, they have. Yes, that's true, almost literally, I suppose.
But then they've thought, actually, I'd quite like a part of me to be back inside there.
So in a way,
Grass is always greener, isn't it? That's probably what was it a glory hole?
Glory hole. Yeah.
Grass is always greener. That's probably what that was born out of. You get on the other side, and then you think, actually, I wouldn't mind to be back in there.
Or you just want a few inches to be greener.
What about elbows?
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned.
Elbow grease. That's an old-fashioned thing, isn't
That's
it?
true, yeah. The
Elbow,
lazy socks.
Tennis elbow. Old-fashioned. These are
Old-fashioned.
all old-fashioned terms.
Yes,
Keep
okay.
going.
Oh yeah, on a laptop or a computer,
Relatable so far, yeah.
caps lock on or caps lock off?
Caps lock on is old-fashioned. People don't really do that anymore.
Okay.
Caps lock off, lowercase, that's very relatable.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Oh, that's exactly
All
what I said
lowercase
before.
text is a very sort of modern thing, so caps lock off is relatable.
Perfect. And what about trousers
Mm-hmm.
or a t-shirt?
Trousers are funnier, but also more old-fashioned.
Excellent. Thanks, Charlie.
No problem. Anytime.